respite on talking. Caller, you're live on the air. What's your name, comment, and or question?
Hey, Ben, it's David. I'm going to give you a bit of a break.
Thanks, man.
I wanted to go back to no problem. I want to go back to a few points you made earlier. You mentioned it a couple times where a lot of Hillary supporters are, complaining that we're not congratulating Hillary on being the first woman to win in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can all say congratulations. I don't necessarily remember. Did Jesse Jackson win Iowa when he ran with the Rainbow Coalition?
I don't believe so. I think I definitely know he won Vermont, and that was courtesy of Bernie Sanders. But while you talk about it, I'll look it up real quick.
Well, no. The reason my thought was because I don't specifically remember people congratulating Obama on being the first black man to win Iowa in 08. So that came to mind. But even going beyond that point, to counter that argument, they're not addressing their own doubts, for lack of a better word, on the fact that they claimed there was nothing that was going to stop Hillary. There was no fuel in Bernie. Bernie wasn't going to go anywhere.
Right.
The revolution was for naught.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing, where Hillary started at 50 points or however many points she was in the very beginning of this, and Bernie was all the way at the bottom because he had no name recognition and for a slew of other reasons. Everyone trying to stop him, everyone trying to, push him down. Now, they want us to acknowledge that, but at the same time, they don't want to acknowledge, okay, wow, it was a tie. Maybe she, she won slightly. But you got to acknowledge, wow, that's huge. It really is a huge, huge thing. Nobody, forget about any biasness. You're ignoring that. And I think that's a real hypocrisy there.
It is a hypocrisy. It's a common play, right? Let's be fair, right? I think what people fail to realize is we recognize political game. We're not knocking you for your political game, but don't knock us for recognizing your political game, right? So I understand this tactic of, you guys aren't congratulating Hillary Clinton, blah, 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 blah. But we also know that you're only saying that so that you can forward this narrative that Bernie Sanders is a misogynist. So no, we're not going to take the bait. We're not going to kowtow every time you throw something our way. We're not going to acquiesce every time you make a demand of us because you think we should be fearful of whatever pejorative you throw our way that day. Game recognizes game. So what happens is, this goes back to the conversation last week that we were having with PJ, is that there are people who want to be outraged and then deny you the right to be outraged. Or how dare you get outraged because I'm more of a victim. I'm more of the sufferer. My story is more compelling than your story. And it's like, I get it. It was a great win in terms of achievements for women in the United States of America. However, this was a hell of a comeback for a guy who was down 50 points in a state where everyone is saying that this socialist can't do it. So yeah, no, I agree with you, man. It was I don't see anything here of Hillary Clinton. I just Googled it. Hillary Clinton congratulating or recognizing, and I'm sure this is just one article out of probably 500, but I'm sure somebody can Google it and find out. But to answer your question, Jesse Jackson did not win in 88 or 84. It was Richard Gephardt in 88 and Walter Mondale in 84. David, thanks so much for taking up some of that airtime for me, man.
No problem.
Take it easy.